Good morning, KHS. Welcome back from a chilly weekend.
Boys basketball will be at home versus Notre Dame at 6, and Van Royalty will be presented.
And then girls basketball will be at New Madrid.
It's Tuesday, and boys basketball will be at home versus Cruzville at 6.
And then girls basketball will be at Hawkle. It is Wednesday, February 14th. Twinkle, twinkle, KHS stars will have a meeting after school in Soul Science Club.
Welcome back. It's Thursday. Key Club Executive Board will have a meeting at 7:15. Quiz Bowl will be at Malden, and JV girls basketball will be at home versus Cruzville at 6 o'clock.
It's finally Friday. Key Club will have a meeting at 7 a.m. Saturday. District basketball competition begins.
Hey, you guys.
These are the birthdays.
In the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die, and the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. Eleanor Roosevelt. Throughout our lives, we have our ups, downs, twists, and turns, but all those things turn into life lessons. And the best lessons we learn in life are the ones we've never signed up for. Those lessons help us to make better choices and become better people. During my 16 years of life, I've had 3 life lessons that I've learned. Those 3 life lessons are treat every day like it is your last, live in the moment, and stand strong. My first rule to live by is treat every day like it is your last. So my world went from a happy fairyland filled with cherries and rainbows to a cold, dark dungeon in just 5 minutes. So it was a church night, so as normal, we went to church, and I went to open the door, but my hand wouldn't let me. I just thought it was numb, so I opened it with the other hand. I went to try and talk to people, but my words turned into mumbles. I just dismissed it and went to sit down, when my mom grabs me and she takes me out into the hallway. She says, "Abby, are you okay?" I couldn't talk to her. The last thing I remember is waking up and seeing Mark Blankenship standing over me, and he keeps saying, "She's awake, she's awake." I then was put into an ambulance and taken to the hospital where they put me on an IV and they started running tests on me. They figured out that I had a brain infection and also had a seizure. I later was transferred to Le Bonheur Hospital where I had brain surgery. There, they also learned while I was having brain surgery that I had a hole in my heart and that they were going to have to do heart surgery. So 3 months later, I had heart surgery. Now you're probably wondering, why are you telling me this? Well, I'm telling you this because you never know what can happen and how your life may change. Something like this could happen to you as well. I didn't know that this was going to happen to me, and the doctors later told me that I could have died in my late teens to early 20s if I hadn't have had this happen. So now I treat every day as it were my last, and you should too. My second rule to live by is live in the moment. So now that you know my story, you should also know that I live with seizures, and I will for the rest of my life, and that scared me to death. I would get so worried about the uncontrollable things in my life, like the seizures, that I would let it control me. And because of that, I got an ulcer in my stomach, and you do not want that. They hurt bad. And I can't control my seizures, but I can control how I deal with it. There are so many things in my life that we cannot control. And I'm not saying you can't worry at all, but don't worry about the uncontrollable things. And because my parents knew that I worried a lot, they started singing a song to me, "Don't Worry, Be Happy." And every time they sang that, I got it stuck in my brain. And every time I'd get worried, I kept thinking, "Don't worry, be happy." And because of that, I don't worry about things that I can't control in my life, and it makes my life so much easier. So if you can do the same thing, you can have a simple life and live in the moment. My final rule is stand strong. You may have heard about the book She Said Yes, about a girl in Columbine who was shot because she asked if she believed in God. That story was told by the parents of Cassie Bernall. But what people don't know is weeks later, investigators found that it was not Cassie Bernall. It was actually Val Schnurr that was asked if she believed in God. Her story is she was hiding under a table in the library when the gunman came in shooting. She was shot 34 times, so she got down on her knees to pray. The gunman turned around and said, "Do you believe in God?" She said yes. He cocked his gun to shoot her when he heard something in the hallway, and he ran. Luckily, the police were able to get to her in time, and she is now alive and able to tell her story. Now I'm telling you this because no matter what your situation is, you need to stand up for what you believe in. If you believe in religion, stand up. If you believe in equal rights, stand up, speak out. Now when I say to stand up and speak out, don't go to people and beat them up because they don't believe in what you believe in. Martin Luther King once said, "I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too much of a burden to bear." The world needs more people to stand up for what they believe in, but do it with love. If we don't, then our world will not get any better. So be the person to stand up. Be the person to speak out. Be like Val Schnurr and Martin Luther King. Like Eleanor Roosevelt said in her quote, "We shape our lives and we shape ourselves." I shaped myself by using these 3 life lessons that I've shared with you today. They make me make better choices in my life, and they can help you as well. So I want you, when you go home, to just think, how can I change the world? How can I stop my worries? And how do I treat every day like it is my last? These life lessons can help you to be a better person and make better choices. Thank you.